Welcome, dear friends, to today's special home tour where we explore a breathtaking romantic red and gold farmhouse filled with the charm of an English grandma's cottage. This home blends the warmth of rich red accents with the elegance of gold touches, creating an atmosphere of nostalgia and comfort. In this video, we'll walk through each room, sharing cozy decor ideas, design tips, and inspiration to help you bring this romantic style into your own home. The combination of red and gold is timeless and perfect for creating a warm, inviting farmhouse. Red adds vibrancy and coziness, while gold brings elegance and sophistication. Together, they create a romantic feel that is both welcoming and refined. We'll explore how these colors can be used in fabrics, wall art, furniture, and accessories to make your home feel like a cozy English countryside retreat. English grandma cottage style is all about warmth, comfort, and timeless beauty. It's the kind of home where you can almost smell fresh-baked pies and hear the sound of a kettle boiling for tea. This style is filled with floral fabrics, vintage wood furniture, soft lighting, and decorative trinkets passed down through generations. It's a style that tells a story, and today, we're going to explore how red and gold can make it even more enchanting. The entryway sets the tone for the entire home. In this farmhouse, a vintage wooden console table is decorated with a gold-framed mirror, red floral arrangements, and a basket filled with cozy plaid scarves. A soft runner rug in deep red and muted gold welcomes guests warmly, making them feel instantly at home. This space captures the English grandma spirit, inviting, warm, and rich with character. The living room is a perfect blend of rustic farmhouse charm and romantic cottage warmth. Plush sofas in creamy tones are adorned with red and gold throw pillows, while a vintage area rug ties the whole space together. A crackling fireplace, framed by a rustic wood mantel decorated with antique candlesticks and garlands of dried flowers, creates the ultimate cozy gathering spot for family and friends. One of the most important elements in creating a romantic farmhouse is layering fabrics. In this home, heavy red velvet curtains frame the windows, filtering sunlight into a warm glow. Gold-trimmed cushions and plaid wool throws are draped over armchairs, ready for chilly evenings. The combination of textures, from soft knits to rich velvets, adds depth and comfort, perfectly embodying the English grandma cottage style. A farmhouse fireplace is a centerpiece of warmth and nostalgia. This mantel is adorned with vintage gold candlesticks, red berry garlands, and small framed family portraits. The mix of natural greenery with the rich red and gold color palette creates a timeless holiday-ready feel, even outside the festive season. The flickering glow from the candles adds romance and softness to the space. Step into the kitchen, and you're greeted by open shelving lined with vintage china featuring delicate red floral patterns and gold rims. A large farmhouse table sits at the center, covered in a soft linen tablecloth with embroidered red roses. Copper pots hang above the stove, catching the light and adding warmth. This is a space for baking, tea-making, and heartfelt conversations, true to the English grandma charm. The dining room features a rustic wooden table set with fine china, gold flatware, and deep red napkins tied with twine and sprigs of rosemary. Above the table, a wrought iron chandelier draped with ivy and gold ribbon adds romantic elegance. The walls are painted in a soft cream to highlight the warmth of the decor. It's the perfect setting for Sunday dinners or holiday feasts. An antique wooden hutch in the dining room becomes a display of treasured heirlooms. Stacked plates with red and gold detailing, crystal glasses, and embroidered linens create a stunning visual. Little touches, like a teapot filled with fresh flowers, bring life to the arrangement. This corner feels like a page out of a storybook, capturing the soul of English grandma cottage design. The master bedroom is a sanctuary of romance. The bed is dressed in layers of white linen, a deep red quilt, and gold-accented pillows. On the bedside table, a vintage lamp with a floral shade casts a warm glow, and a tray with a teacup set invites relaxation. A floral wallpaper in muted tones ties the space together, creating a timeless and intimate atmosphere. Guests are welcomed into a room that feels like a hug. A wrought iron bed is dressed with a patchwork quilt in shades of red and gold, and lace curtains sway gently with the breeze. Fresh flowers in a mason jar and a stack of old books on the nightstand add personal touches that make visitors feel right at home. Even the bathroom in this farmhouse embraces the romantic theme. A clawfoot tub with gold fixtures stands near a window, framed by red and white gingham curtains. Scented candles, fluffy towels, and a small wooden stool holding fresh lavender make this space perfect for unwinding after a long day. The hallway walls are lined with vintage gold frames holding black and white family photos, floral paintings, and handwritten letters. A narrow console table holds a vase of red roses, a stack of antique books, and a small table lamp. This space tells the story of the home's history, connecting past and present. One of the beauties of the red and gold farmhouse palette is its versatility for seasonal decor. In winter, you can add evergreen garlands and fairy lights. In spring, fresh tulips in gold vases. In summer, gingham table runners. And in fall, pumpkins and dried leaves. This timeless color scheme works beautifully all year. The charm of this home lies in the carefully collected vintage pieces. From antique silverware to embroidered table linens, each item has a history. These pieces can be sourced from flea markets, estate sales, or family heirlooms, adding layers of meaning and authenticity to your decor. Stepping outside, the garden features wrought iron benches with red cushions and gold lanterns hanging from tree branches. Flower beds are filled with roses and peonies, creating a romantic backdrop for outdoor gatherings. This extension of the farmhouse aesthetic makes the entire property feel cohesive. Lighting plays a crucial role in creating the cozy English grandma vibe. Soft, warm light from vintage table lamps, candle sconces, and fairy lights turns the home into a glowing retreat. The golden tones in the lighting enhance the richness of the red accents, making the home feel even more inviting. Floral prints, plaids, and toile patterns live harmoniously in this farmhouse. The key is to stick to a consistent color palette, reds, creams, and golds, so the mix of patterns feels intentional rather than chaotic. This layering of prints adds visual interest and a touch of whimsy. In one corner of the living room, a cozy reading nook features a wingback chair upholstered in red velvet, a knitted gold throw, and a small wooden side table stacked with books. A vintage floor lamp provides soft light, making this the perfect spot for tea and a good novel. Behind a wooden door, the pantry is neatly organized with glass jars filled with baking ingredients, wicker baskets for fresh produce, and shelves lined with red and white tins. Gold labels add a touch of elegance to this functional space, proving that even storage can be beautiful. Fresh flowers, potted herbs, and dried wreaths are found throughout the home. The deep red blooms complement the gold accents beautifully, while greenery adds freshness. This connection to nature enhances the farmhouse's welcoming atmosphere. For special occasions, the dining table is set with red charger plates, gold-rimmed wine glasses, and floral centerpieces. Cloth napkins tied with lace ribbons complete the look. This kind of thoughtful presentation makes every meal feel like a celebration. Knitted blankets, embroidered cushions, and hand-painted ceramics bring a personal touch to the farmhouse. These handmade elements not only add beauty but also carry sentimental value, reflecting the homeowner's personality. Whether it's a small bench under a window, a chair beside the fireplace, or a corner of the kitchen with a comfy stool, cozy corners invite people to slow down and enjoy the moment. These spaces are essential in English grandma-style decor. The aroma of fresh-baked bread, simmering soup, or a pot of tea on the stove adds another layer to the cozy farmhouse atmosphere. Scented candles with notes of cinnamon, vanilla, or rose enhance the sensory experience of the home. To recreate this style, look for antique furniture with character, fabrics in deep reds and warm golds, and vintage accessories. Thrift stores, flea markets, and estate sales are treasure troves for finding unique pieces that make your home one of a kind. More than just style, the romantic red and gold farmhouse is about creating a space where people feel loved, welcomed, and comfortable. Every object has meaning, every corner has a purpose, and the home tells a story that warms the heart. As we take one last look around, the combination of colors, textures, and personal touches comes together beautifully. The red and gold palette, paired with vintage charm, creates a home that is both visually stunning and deeply comforting. Thank you for joining this romantic red and gold farmhouse tour. I hope you found inspiration in the cozy English grandma cottage decor ideas we explored today. Whether you add a few vintage touches or embrace the full romantic style, the key is to make your home warm, welcoming, and filled with love. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more seasonal home decor inspiration.